Yeah, like you can see
the continuity of it.
Like you're right, dude. That's sick.
My baby! I love her.
Good. Love it.
I love her. Hi, and welcome back to Medium Podcast. It's your host, Melissa Nami.
And it's me, Connor.
And I'm Mason Hilua.
And welcome back for part 3 of our Attack on Titan series.
Season 3, baby.
Season 3, my dude.
It's been a hot second.
Hey, I know. Isn't it crazy?
Life gets busy.
When was our last recording?
We're only one episode off. So he was episode 20, 25, should have been 30. Now it's going to be 31.
Got you.
Or sorry, 32.
32.
We're two episodes off.
Gotcha.
That's not too
Sorry. Things get weird.
You know.
As far as it was my birthday and I took some weeks off.
That's true.
Yeah.
Happy late birthday.
Thanks. We're in our early 30s playing pretend on a podcast.
Playing
what's up.
pretend. We're doing the damn thing.
Yeah, man. No, I know. It's about as legit as it gets as far as a pretend goes, right? Mm-hmm. But we're back. It's season 3.
Yep.
Connor, you're caught up to season 3. After this episode, you got some watching to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You got homework, dude.
Yeah, because I haven't watched season 4 yet. Well, I've watched part 1 of season 4, I think, but I can't really remember. So
you should watch it again.
Rewatch it, yeah.
I'm gonna do another rewatch for sure because I feel like it's definitely even now it might be my, I guess season. Just to talk about season 4, I guess it'll only be my second rewatch on part 2, but. This is like my 3rd or 4th rewatch on part 3 on season 3. And my gosh, I'm still noticing things that I didn't notice before.
Well, I mean, there's just, I don't know if there's more episodes this season, but it feels like there's much more happening.
Yeah, for sure. It's I would describe it as like an info dump.
And I mean, they even have it broken into 2 parts. So it's like.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what we just saw right now. We got some interactive shit coming on today. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for season 3. There's things that I really love, and there's things that I'm not as crazy about. So I'll be excited to talk about both.
I feel really, I don't know how to say it, like reassured or whatever. I feel like re-solidified in my opinions because looking at what they threw on Wikipedia, part 1 is the daddy issues arc.
Yes.
And then part 2 is the we're getting back to the real shit arc.
Yeah, it's almost like a political action thriller for part 1, huh?
I would say so. I feel like it's more thriller in the end.
Yeah.
The second half. This is more of like a drama mystery in the beginning. Is like, that's not the king. Who is the king? What is royalty? What is our society?
Yeah. So like what is even discussed in this first part is... It's different. It's different from the first 2 seasons of the show and like what we have been.
Entirely. The first part of season 3 opens up and we are not focused on Titans as our enemy. We're kind of more focused on the enemy right in front of us, which is our government, right? Our government, like I'm living in fucking parody, right? But the government, right? It switches to humans really quick.
The end of season 2 is the whole wall debacle. A lot of, the town got destroyed, so it's put a lot of heat on the scouts. And it seems like that's where it's like, all right, faction dividing and fracturing starts to happen, which I wasn't expecting when I first went into season 3. I was like, wait, what's the, substance of this season? So it was just like, all right, we're dealing with something different. We're taking a little side break from, who are the Titans,
Yeah, basement. We got to get back to Shinganshina. Yeah.
Just for a couple episodes, though.
It
12
felt
episodes.
really long.
12 episodes,
it felt
to be precise.
really long. I'm not the biggest fan of the daddy issues arc.
So how do we go about talking about this first half then?
I threw it up. I mean, the way that I have it kind of segmented in my notes here is like we get there, the first whole chunk of it is like Pastor Nick is dead. That kind of starts the ball rolling of like, they're on to us. They think he spoke, that the scouts know more than they know, right? And then we start figuring out our crew is now the Levi squad, which is dope, right? We got Sasha, Connie, Jean, Mikasa, Armin. They're the new Levi squad.
You just reminded me the old Levi squad.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah,
they're squashed.
Rip. Yeah.
And the government is turning on the scouts. That's kind of how the whole thing opens
Scouts
up.
have too much power. Look what they did. We got to crack down on them.
There's a big propaganda going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. I like seeing that. I like seeing how they play out with the propaganda and the government. There's that one scene with the journalist and his son. And his son asks a question. He freaking nudges him. And he's like, hey, I'm sorry. He doesn't know yet. Mm-hmm. Which is like basically, you know, we print what's cool. And I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
No, they're talking about a little bit more realistic concepts than, you know, like, oh, crazy Titans walking. So it's like, all right, this show can be dynamic, you know, in what's going on.
We're getting to the political drama aspect of it because in its most basic form, it is a political drama when you get down to the nitty gritty, at least to me. But yeah, so we're in Trost now. That's how it kind of goes. We kind of get the intro to our season, and then the whole bulk of the action happens when they get to Trost because they know that the government's looking for Aaron and Historia.
Yep. Just like off the top of your head, what do you remember, like, what like scenes flash to your mind when you think of like that first part 1, season 3? I
think of part 1, season 3 is I forget the whole intro part and I get to Trost. And it's seeing Armin cross-dressing again as Historia. I'm like, why are they always making him be the girl?
Okay, yeah.
So we're on the car
pretending to be Aaron for like the second time or something
and it's the
like
same.
that.
They're not gonna take his horse face.
Yeah, love that. That's how we describe John. But
so that's kind of like where, because again, I'm rudimentary in my brain. I like the information, but I don't give a fuck about the filler.
No.
And I'd say they're different.
Like I said, there's some of these parts that I like really like, and I was like, holy crap. And then there's some parts where I was like, I'm kind of maybe even on my phone the past minute. No.
Yeah, no. I mean, for sure.
Something that I think of is, I think it's one of the ends of the episodes, Levi's narrating, hey, have you ever heard of Kenny the Ripper or whatever?
Yep.
And you slowly start to see Kenny scale, and then just bam, it's just like, oh my god, there's headshots in this show now, there's guns, holy, like I was just like, all right, who's this guy? So that's what I initially remember.
So how would you describe their guns? Because they look like mini sawed-off shotguns.
Yeah,
that's what they look like.
They almost take like a take on ODM gear, but like gun style, you know, with like
they're like
loadable
sluggers.
Barrels where that's the shot in and of itself. It's a one-shot use. You dispose of it, you load another one.
Yeah.
So as opposed to, you know, multiple bullets, it's multiple barrels.
That's where it feels like it's like a sawed-off shotgun. Like it's like a mini shotgun. Because it's got the cartridge.
Imagine
like
in
it's
the
just
Revolutionary War, they were like, instead of one big gun, imagine if there was just a bunch of like ODM gear.
Oh man! Imagine if they were being realistic in Attack on Titan. They're like flying through the sky and they're doing the muffle. They're
loading the muskets.
Gunpowder, load the musket. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That'd be hilarious. They just freaking get it all done. No, I do like the way that they have it all together. Muskets. Spitting and loading and shooting would be crazy.
But like, speaking of like the introduction of Kenny, there's like a scene where it's like them like going all around the town chasing each other, and it's like different. They do 3D movements now, because I think it's like normally with like these types of animes, it's like 2D, the backgrounds move and like the angle of the camera will change, but as far as like depicting movement, it's really hard from what I understand from
we got like
an animation standpoint. Like to show a moving camera, that's when you have to start utilizing CG or 3D types of rendering, you know, programs. So that's where I was even like, whoa, we're getting money in Attack on Titan now, you know? You can always see that in shows where it's like, okay.
They've increased the budget.
Yep.
They do sometimes go 3D on the opposite way, though. When the budget decreases, they'll go 3D and then it looks like way shitty.
You can see little tricks and tips they do to cut budget, you know.
They take a picture of the sky and that's what they slap on the back of it. Yeah, it does look kind of goofy.
You know, far panning shots, you know, where everything's
Is that what
blurry.
they did with Demon Slayer? Correct me if I'm wrong. It felt like they did.
Demon Slayer was CGI, but I thought it was done really, really well.
Is it well? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
You can do it well, 100%. Yeah. That was one of the things that attracted me to Demon Slayer for sure.
Okay. I know that they had it, and it was always very obvious to me, but I'm never sure, like,
and I think,
if it's obvious, is it good? If it's obvious, is it bad? But it never bothered me.
And I think in season 3, we're still with Studio Wit. I think it's only in season 4 that we changed to Mappa, so which is appropriate. I think that was a good move. So.
It feels like we're both at the same significant point, though, as far as like where does season 3 start. It's when we're in the wagons, we're chasing through the town, we're on ODM gear, we're avoiding guns, and again we realize that humans are our fucking enemy in this one, and that's cool.
Yeah, this is an information war for sure, because like we're trying to get to the answer and people are preventing that, and it's like, why? So this definitely gets interesting for sure.
Yeah. This first half, I love the whole Kenny Levi daddy issues.
Kenny.
I don't like the Krista Rod Rice daddy issues. Or sorry, Historia Rod Rice, whatever the fuck her name is. She's got 2 names. She's annoying. She's probably one of my least favorite characters in the entire show. She's so corny.
I think, they're really trying to establish the concept of royal blood and the power behind it, and I completely understand it. It just gets a little...
they could have done it in 5 episodes.
Yes. There are some very cool action scenes associated with that part of the arc, though. The whole Crystal Cavern.
That's what I'm saying. The Levi Kenny sequences are freaking awesome.
That's what I really appreciate.
But the second that we have Krista, or sorry, again, I keep on messing up her name. Historia. They're the same but different. But
same.
Yeah, but every single time Historia is on the screen, I'm just like, ugh. Even when she does something actiony, like at the end when she kills her daddy, I'm just like, ugh. It wasn't even cool.
Finally, thank you.
Yeah. Shut your mouth, bitch. That's what I'm telling.
The last blow to whatever vertice in that neck, she takes him out, sees the memories.
She was like 5 feet away from just dying. Yeah. She landed in a wagon. She couldn't even keep on her feet.
But yeah, it's essentially we learned that
be all hysterical because she killed her dad.
Is royal blood. Yeah. Rod Rice is, descended from, one of the Titans. So
yeah, just say it. The founding Titan.
I was okay. Are we going there? We're in season 3 for crying out loud. Like if you're still watching, you've watched Attack on Titan, or at least you're our friends. So just fucking listen.
Spoiler alerts, I guess. But yeah, so this is where I'm gonna go with that. Our team's forced to fight humans now, and they're really going for it. They got to get some hair on their chest. You know what I mean?
We see some first human kills, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's like, wait, this is not what we started out doing.
Oh, no. And it's crazy when Levi starts telling them what they have to do. They all, like, get sick. They all get, like, a little nervous. Armin's the first one that really does it. You know what I mean? He shoots the lady that's about to kill Jean. And I think it's so funny when he asks Mikasa if it was like that for her first time. And I was like, she was, like, 8 when she killed a guy for the first time. Yeah,
no, they've definitely been doing that for a while, but this is when the factions start getting more complicated. Before it was Team Humanity versus Titans. It's like you're a biped and you speak English, or you're normal, you're good with me. You're not eating me. And now it's like, wait, we're killing each other. That's a whole different ball game. Like these are humans here. So it's like I remember when that first started happening. I was like, oh, I don't like this initially, obviously these guys look bad, but we obviously figure out what their intentions are, what their motives are, who the Kenny squad is. Yeah. And they're pretty badass. They're pretty cool.
I think it's a fun little thing.
Yeah.
I do, again, I'm just going to go back really quick to the whole Armin Mikasa killing people, because I do think it's just so funny, right? Mm-hmm. Armin kills a lady. He saves his friend. It's so valiant. He's puking. He's crying. He asks Mikasa that, and it's like, she doesn't say anything. Because in my head, I'm like, 1, she's like, I was like 9. And then the second part is like, right afterwards, I just got a crush on Eren. Like,
that guy kind of deserved it. He had it coming. I didn't feel that bad.
She just fell in love.
We'll do it for Eren again. No problem. Yeah, she handled it a lot. But yeah, if it weren't for Armin, Jean would have been donezo, Jean, Jean hesitates, spares this girl. Tables are flipped, and thank goodness Armin was there. Bop! And I'm just like, oh my goodness, there's our most innocent, character,
I'm kind of rushing through this first half because again, I barely care.
Exactly. Let's get to season 3.
So they kidnap Eren and Historia. They get Jean and Armin first.
Yep.
Armin gets fondled. It's so funny to
He's
me
like
when
held hostage. Oh, I think you're a girl, and some guy's like, "Ooh, we got a girl here."
I
And
forgot
then-
about that.
he's like grabbing her chest, and it's so funny to me. Again, there's like all these little mini comical scenes where she's like telling Levi, and she's like basically like Armin was touched. Like,
and he's like,
it
ah,
was serious.
He's like, he'll be fine. We're gonna move it in a second. here.
Yeah. But they get the goods. They trank them, which I think is pretty funny. I'm like, why did you tranquilize them? They weren't armed, from what I could tell, but they darted him up, and they kidnapped Aaron and Historia, and they took him to Daddy Rice's estate.
Old dungeon, yes.
Yeah, we went to Roddy Rice. Roddy Rich.
Not that one. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Pulling up Historia on the blog.
Oh my god, it would work out. Let's do it. Pull it up. Let's rap.
No. No, demonetized.
But yeah, that's he. You know, we get Historia. That's where we finally learn about the King of the Walls. Her dad starts giving her the history.
Historia, you're my daughter. You've been raised this way, but I was old daddy. So we figure out, you know, her origin story.
Yep.
Her mom, Mother of the Year.
Was a whore.
I should have killed you.
I know.
Having you was the worst mistake. It's like, all right, that's about as mean as it gets.
Why couldn't I do it? It's
And
like,
then-
whoa.
Yep. She gets killed in front of Historia right after saying that.
Deserved it.
Historia's, yeah, okay, let's speed through all this.
No, I mean, yeah, we could. Historian. This is what I wrote down. Aaron and Historia get taken. We learn about the King of the Walls info dump. We learn about Historia's life growing up, how she didn't have shit, no love, no
Yeah.
mom. Her mom was a mean whore.
Okay.
And then it says they show us Kenny killing her, and Rod
Yeah.
saying he doesn't want her either. Says your name is Krista. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. She gets sent, and that's where she gets put in the scouting squad.
Do you like my synopsis?
And Mason's reaction to it also like absolutely killed me.
Historia
I was reading it.
Everyone loves Historia.
Who? She's a crybaby.
Reiner,
She's a freaking carpet
Armin,
muncher.
all the boys love
I say that like it's a bad
her.
thing.
Everyone's all smitten over Historia.
I'm a carpet muncher. But it's silly. It's silly to me that like so much of her character is still like Ymir.
Yes.
It's like fucking get over it, dude. She died a while ago. She left you a while ago.
And especially the whole, you know, are we going to choose to eat Aaron, do what Roddy Rice wants you to do versus do what you want to do?
We're almost there. We're almost there because there's this other thing that's what they do. That's fun in this first half is they play with time a little bit.
They do.
While we're getting that shit we don't give a fuck about from Historia. We're getting the whole coup d'etat, the whole governmental side from Erwin and Pixis.
Oh, yes.
With Chancellor Dirty Head. He was so gross after the matter in season 4, but that part's fun, right? When they're officially on the run, they arrest Erwin, they arrest him for what's his name's death, Demo Reeves.
Yes.
They arrest him for the murder of Demo Reeves just because he fucked up a kidnapping, couldn't do it right. And that's where the really fun, to me, because I like political dramas. It's one of the reasons I love Full Metal Alchemist.
I was going to say, like, what else? Like, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. I haven't watched all of it, but that's definitely, like...
It's a political drama.
Who did what and why,
Yes. Same thing with Game of Thrones, House of Dragon,
Yes.
Things that I love that style drama. I prefer that over love drama any day. You know what I mean?
Challenge you to figure out, why and who did what for what reason.
Yep.
Before it was revealed. So
Yeah.
and you're good at that. So
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's. I always thank my lit teacher back in high school. They taught us all the fun like literary tools as far as
So you just know good storytelling.
But this is where it goes pretty fun for me, right? Because the scouts are on this crazy roller coaster. They're on the run. They're really being convicted. They got warrants out for their arrest. They got posts. They're trying to get them. That's where we meet Marlo and Hitch, Marco 2.0. And I feel like this little segment's fun when Hitch is like, Annie's gone. And we, as viewers, we see for the first time, like, wow, the government really does hide a lot from even their military police.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't even know that Annie was that Titan. And she's on the same team.
Yeah, the military police are supposed to be the insiders, the elite of the elite.
So that little snippet is fun to me. I'm like, wow, they're people are really in the dark. The common folk are really in the dark. And then they go on that really like crazy roller coaster as far as, They get his son, Flegel, whatever his name is, and they do that whole little staging. Another scene that I love, and I'm going to look it up right now so you could throw it up on the thing, but they do that whole stage part with
the staged confession.
Yes. Why do you guys kill my dad? What do you do anyway?
Yeah, since we're going to kill you, might as well audibly out loud say,
This piece of shit's abandoned. Yeah, but they get him, and they it's funny, why isn't my YouTube search is fucking stupid right now. One of my favorite scenes with Hanji is so cool. They play with her life a lot.
That's why I love
when they shoot that gun and she dodges and throws that punch. Mm-hmm. It is so sick.
Oh yeah. Another instance of like a cool grappling move they use. It's just like, oh hell yeah, Hanji.
I gotta find it. Hold on. Hanji dodging bullet. Oh yeah, here we go.
We all love us some Hanji.
Oh yeah, found it. How much of a scene can you play on YouTube?
Maybe about 20 seconds, 10 seconds if we're talking.
10 seconds if we're talking?
We don't care right now. Well, we'll play as long as
we'll figure it out.
We'll play as long as we need to.
Get any strikes.
All right. You don't need to go too into it. I want you to get to the end. Like, go to 1 minute and 12 seconds. That shit's fucking tight. Let's go there. Because this is where the bottom of the roller coaster hit. Mm-hmm. The scouts are at the bottom. People are turning against them. And thanks to this move, thanks to this whole scene that Hanji puts on, we gain back the community. We gain back the average folk.
Yep.
This shit's sick. Go to 1 minute 12.
Minute 12?
Yeah, minute 12.
1 minute 12 seconds.
1 minute 12 seconds. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, they got. They spilled the beans.
I love the animation here. This is that drone shot we were talking about, dude.
Yeah, like you can see the
continuity of it.
Boom! You're right, dude. That's sick.
My baby! I love her.
Good. Love it.
I love her.
Hanji.
She's so cute, too. She's like, fuck.
Solid right hook. That was a good one.
Such a dope scene. And let me say, they do play with our girl Hanji's life a lot in this season.
Yeah, Hanji.
Dude.
Hanji steps up.
Dude, but at the end of that scene, that's where we start picking up momentum again. Mm-hmm. We get that. They start staging the coup d'etat. They do the whole, you're statute against humanity. You're trying to keep Eren Yeager for your own strength and personal procurement. And they finally do that whole thing where they're like, fuck it, seal the gates. We don't give a shit about the normal person, right? Nuts.
Yep, just to see the reaction.
Nuts. And now we're back. Erwin's okay. We're, what's the word? They've been dismissed? No. What's the word?
They have been exonerated.
Exonerated. Boom. Thank you. Thanks.
Pound it.
So they've been exonerated, and the scouts are good to go again.
Yes.
Now we're restaging the government because they showed that it was a false king.
We got rid of the whole old group of, old men, and now it's Premier Zachary that is, essentially presiding over all the other... I guess they have always presided over the other districts. I mean, as far as, scouts, garrison, and stuff like that. So he's in charge of everything now.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Even though Pixis he was a homie. He was like, hey, I'm going to set up a scenario. If it goes one way, you're on your own. If it goes, terribly, like we're hoping it not, we'll have your back.
He's such a good example of like a pragmatic character in this story. He's like one of the only ones.
Yeah.
Because Erwin's not very practical. He's very risky, very high risk maneuvers and
like loyalty will carry me through. It's like sometimes you die, dude,
and this is where we start getting to because we get that backstory on Erwin and his dad before this whole memory thing, and we find out that his dad had that whole theory that the king could alter memory in the first place. And again, we start seeing there's that one scene where they're interviewing Sanas, and he says, the teacher who opened his mouth, the couple who tried to fly above the wall. And we're like, oh man, they got Armin's parents too, because we know Armin's parents die trying to see what was above the wall in a hot air balloon, but we didn't know it was the government that killed them until that moment.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And So we get that whole backstory, and we really find out that the government's evil.
Yeah.
In parody.
We thought the people in power were like, oh, the leaders of all these, groups, but it's like, nope, it's the big power disconnect is like the inner circle versus the outer two rings,
And they know more than anyone could ever.
Huge disconnect as far as information.
And then now we really enter the hard daddy issues arc.
Yep, let's go.
We're in the crystal cave after that whole thing. But the coup d'etat, all of that whole thing, I love
it.
Yes.
Great action. Yeah.
So fucking dope.
That was a good clip, by the way.
Yeah. Such a good dope. I love such a good dope. Such a good scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we get into the daddy issues are. Now, this makes Astoria so annoying to me because she gobbles up everything her dad says. Astoria, you're the future for the people behind the walls. Your sister sacrificed her life until his father stole it from us. And she's like, yes, father, I'll eat my friend. Just so down until she sees fucking Aaron cry.
Oh, yep, Aaron crying. That's a classic right there. That was just like, oh my god, Aaron, do something, bro. You're getting your ass whipped. You're always getting taken. Can we do something?
I'm useless.
So.
But I do again. Let's talk about the cave because the cave is fun because the battle scene is freaking.
Yeah, so it's Rod Rice's goal to have Historia turn into a Titan and eat Aaron, taking his power.
Yes.
So he has the cave where they're at defended with the Kenny squad in anticipation of the arrival of Levi's squad to free Aaron. So they're all, staged up. They got their guns. It ends up being a sick battle.
Yeah. It's guns versus swords.
You got like a smoke screen entrance with Sasha doing some, sniper shit with a bow.
Yep.
It's guns versus ODM gear. Both sides take hits for sure.
Yeah.
And then they retreat, and then we get to a final phase of part 1, you could say.
Yeah, pretty much. The first part being Daddy Issues arc. I just I'm gonna keep on referring it to that. But so let's talk about that little scene for a second. She's all ready to eat Aaron, fulfill her duty. Do you think there's any symbolism behind where Kenny decides to cut Aaron across the forehead and make that crown of blood? Because it is very
sacrificial.
Well, it makes me think personally, because Rod Rice just moments before was describing his brother Yuri as he saw his brother transform into a god. And when Farida did it, he saw the same thing. She was no longer his daughter. She was a god. So when he was trying to convince Historia to eat him, again, bringing Catholicism into it and stuff like that, symbolism. When he cuts his head, it's very synonymous to Jesus being given the crown of thorns.
Yeah.
Yes. And in Catholicism, God and Jesus are one. You know what I mean? So in my head, I'm I feel as though Kenny was almost that sacrilege. The cutting was almost crowning Aaron as God.
Ooh, I like that take right there.
I've been going to church.
Yeah, no, I would love to rewatch and see if I could see more. I wonder if Isayama snuck more religious symbolism in there without making it too obvious.
I feel like he snuck in every type of symbolism.
Yeah.
There's World War II references, World War I references. There's references to old English times. There's references to old Japanese times. From what I'm guessing, that guy is a smart motherfucker.
Well, I mean, you think about how Aaron's posed. He's, his arms are out.
Exactly.
You're completely correct. Yeah, I agree.
It's very synonymous to Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, we see many instances of, people doing arms out. I think of Game of Thrones, season 8. I think Barristan's holding off the Hound and Arya, he's getting stabbed. He's holding his arms out. There's many instances where people are, sacrificing themselves. So good thing no sacrificing happens.
Good thing he doesn't actually get eaten. But that's the funny part to me is that whole thing he's cut. He starts wailing. He's I'm useless. My dad ruined everything. You guys could have changed everything. And that makes her think of Ymir. You gotta live your own life.
And I still do love appreciating and seeing Aaron still there,
Yeah.
He's he's still there. We got him for another season.
As far as our crybaby Aaron.
We do lose him pretty soon here.
She's like, I can't let my friend feel useless. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna kill my daddy.
Yeah.
So I'm down to kill daddy now.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see her snap out of it and realize that,
It was definitely something I feel like she probably always yearned for. Was a family, love, acceptance.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But it's crazy because at the end of the day, she's gobbling it up, even though he's telling her like, yeah, Frida would make you forget her. And it's like, dude, we literally manipulated you your whole life. We manipulated you to change your name. We manipulated you to join the fucking army. Like all of these things, they weren't your decisions. We were, forcing you to do that. But things are going to be different now, swearsies. And she's like, okay, Dad. I fucking hate that whole thing. But the cave scene with Levi, Hanji, great. Guns versus swords, great.
Yep.
They play with Hanji's life again in that scene.
Yeah, she takes a huge hit.
Yeah.
Dude. She gets smacked up against this crystal wall.
Spiked and smacked.
You see a blood trail smear down. You're like, that doesn't look good for one of our main characters.
I thought she was dead.
I thought she was dead.
And I remember being so upset because, again, I love Hanji.
We all love Hanji.
She's my favorite character of the whole series as far as well-roundedness goes.
Yeah.
Equal parts badass, smart, and brave.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Love it.
I love her. Yeah, okay. Daddy doesn't care moment where he licks the juice and turns into a giant Mega Titan. And that's where I want you to pick up that scene. Just keep that up the whole time while we talk about the Mega Titan. Please.
This one?
No, can we just take a moment? Yeah.
Just the picture. Got it.
Yeah, just keep that up the whole time while we talk about this.
Gosh.
He turns into this giant Mega Titan that's just crawling on the floor, dragging
After
himself.
slurping up the spinal fluid.
Yep. Daddy doesn't. He's just like, I'm going to get you, Frida. I'm going to be back. And, I mean, in my head, I'm like, you could have caused an injury, put it into your bloodstream. I know, you could have tried a little harder, right? But I love that this is them strategizing about it afterwards. We got Aaron, we're good to go. They show all those it's such a goofy fucking, it's like they didn't know how to end it. Sorry, Isayama. But it's so goofy. Aaron's in the wagon just yeah, trying to do goofy shit, not working.
It's so funny though. But when Rice was licking up that stuff, I kind of thought of Austin Powers and the Mojo fluid, just
That's funny that you say that because that's what I was like. Daddy doesn't care.
Oh my God,
to take
that's funny.
you to the fair,
Austin
right?
Powers, yeah.
That's the Dr.
Love
Evil.
it.
But this is them strategizing. He's like, for what we know, his face is now shaved off, and this is his fucking drawing. And they're like, we're gonna throw it in his mouth, and they point at his mouth. I'm like, this is so silly.
That's something I could draw right there for sure.
Yeah, but they kill him. They kill him. Krista knocks the final blow. For some reason, people know it. Beats me what makes everybody differentiate that chunk of meat from every other
True.
chunk of meat.
I see what you're saying.
Whatever.
One last valiant blow, she kills him.
Whatever. I don't know how the people know that, but that's
little
bullshit
Joan
to
of
me.
Arc moment,
All right, before we get into the second part, final thoughts. Because we learn a lot.
Yes, we do. So yeah, exactly. So we go through this. Was that your belly?
Yeah.
Sasha, you need some meat? So yeah, we go through this this crazy arc. And so I remember watching season 12, finished the episode, and I was like, that was interesting. Actually, go to the outro for season 3, episode 12.
Outro.
So I remember
Holy shit,
watching
that's literally, yeah.
I remember watching this outro thinking, all right, it's just the outro for season 3. And it takes quite a different turn than it did the last.
Full screen it. Thanks, Con.
Yeah, so this is the outro song, and this isn't my favorite, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
And right here, I remember watching this and thinking, oh, my laptop, what the hell happened? Or I thought my HDMI cord did something, and I was like, wait, this isn't my Xbox. And they go through this crazy foreshadow nightmare, and we're displayed this scene right here of what we don't know what's going on.
I remember this.
And I remember being like, what am I watching? What is this? It's our main characters at each other's throats. You have Levi up in Aaron's face. He's attacking him. Mikasa goes in Mikasa mode. And they essentially just... All right. We'll remain back, go back to the outro.
This is episode 18, isn't it?
Season 3, episode 12.
They just show that
No.
randomly?
But go back to the first part. I love the way they did that.
What, how they stutter it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... You truly do think it's...
The first part. Go back just another...
Ew, so creepy, dude. I loved this part, though.
When they show Levi that first time, it's so fucking creepy.
Let me see what you're talking about here. Oh, he's blood covered, kind of yeah. So yeah, why do this though? Why? It was just a really cool.
I'm guessing.
I mean, he was showing us the fire to come.
They took a season break.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that's probably they're
we got to leave it with something.
Because this is season 3, episode 18. This moment that we're watching right here. Because they're contemplating who to give the injection to.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's just get into it, dude. So I'm glad we were able to watch that.
Why am I never? Every time the show ends, I just turn it off. I wish I paid attention to that shit.
You never saw that?
No.
I didn't know that existed either.
Oh my!
No.
Everyone, if you look at the comments, everyone would be like, "Watch the ending credits! Watch the ending credits!" Everyone, no one thought that was gonna be a thing, and it ended up being super cool.
Go down. God, everyone in this room is watching. I got scared. Yeah, I got scared.
Everybody gangsta till the demonic part comes out. So yeah, no. I think I would have to look at the exact episodes, but I think, what is it, 3, 16, 17, 18 are probably the gas of Attack on Titan.
Yep, those are my favorite sequence of
something
episodes.
hero.
Yep. Heroes episode 17. That's my favorite episode of any show to ever exist ever.
So how the hell do we go about even talking about this part right
I can
here?
Say, wait, let's wrap up part one.
Okay.
Because there's one part that I don't get. When we meet Levi, do they not say Captain Levi Ackerman? Because he finds out Kenny's last name. He's like, that's his name. Does Levi not know his own last name?
No, he's very much aware of his last name. I don't think he's ever heard Kenny described with that last name in the context of how he's related to him.
Well, no, because Levi says, "Oh, that's his last name," and then he looks at Mikasa and says, "It's like your last name." He doesn't. Does he not?
That is confusing
I
because
was
the Hizurus, the Asian culture,
He never,
you can only imagine there's only a few Ackermans. Maybe they came to the realization hey, we Ackermans.
Well, it sounded like they didn't talk about their name. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They kept it on the hush.
Well, because they almost describe them as those exotic people from the Orient. They almost sound like they were taking slaves or you know. So that's probably why they had to hide their identities.
But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Or I don't know, but I guess that's the only last thing that I have. I was kind of confused about whole Levi not knowing his name. But I guess you might be right. He just didn't know Kenny's name. That makes sense. But here we are.
Yeah.
The best way, you want to know exactly how to get into it? I'm going to tell you exactly how to get into it because they do it first on the show.
Give me a little fresher.
It's been 2 months since Historia has taken the crown, and she decided to open an orphanage. She got all the babies from above ground and all the babies from below ground, and she's taking care of the babies. And that's basically where we learn Aaron's been doing hardening exercises, trying to master his strength, and they're ready to take back Walmaria and go back to Shinganshina
to find.
Go to the episode list to find the basement. Yeah, we're back. Because now they open it up and they're like, yo, what's going on here? He had a flashback with what's his name when Rod touched his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
One of his flashbacks was seeing Sades.
Keith Chavez, yes.
Yep. And he remembered who it was, and he went and they.
Oh.
Keith say it again.
Chavez?
Sades.
Yes.
Sade.
Yeah. Mr. Sade.
Yeah,
Chavez.
because we only know Keith Chavez as being the trainer for the scouts, or
Yep.
for, the trainee regiment.
Yep.
So we only remember him as being the hard ass, but how he's related to Aaron, we find out it's much more deeper than we could ever imagine.
Yeah, and that's kind of when we start getting more into the nitty gritty. That's we start learning about Grisha. We start learning what we got to look forward to, as far as like, hold on, what?
What else happened on that day?
Yeah, that day, right? Because well, in general, like we find out Grisha wasn't from Parody for all intents and purposes that we could put together. He was found on the outside of the walls.
And we learned that from Chavez.
Yeah.
Who
He's
was
like,
the
"I
one who found him.
Yeah, and thank God for Hannes being a drunk ass. He was like, why don't we just keep this between us and skip the paperwork?
Yeah.
And that's why Grisha made it through. But God forbid, you know how quick the show would have ended? It would have never been a show if they did what they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if they, like the inner circle of the interior figured out that a person made it from...
Somewhere else?
Yes. Thank you. I was about to say the place, but they would have kind of fucking killed him right there.
Yeah,
dude.
you're outside of the walls.
Yeah.
Immediately a threat. Don't
Yep.
trust you.
Yep. Because you don't do that. Our people don't go out of the walls.
Yeah, he even says that. He's like, you're outside. Grisha says to Chavez, you're outside of the walls? You're brave. What are you doing?
You guys don't tell me you guys are fighting
so
those
he's
things.
even
Yep.
like, what? You're in somewhere crazy and you're still out here? What are you doing? What's your story? So, yep.
Yep, but this whole build up to going to Shinganshina is actually pretty fun for me too, because we also get a layer peeled off of Irwin. This whole time, up to this point in season 3, I forget which episode it is exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down a bit, Con. Scroll downsies. Down. Yeah, boom. Right there.
Oh, gosh.
What?
I hate the title of one episode there.
What?
Perfect Game.
Perfect Game. Oh yeah, I hate that one. So I guess it might be just one episode above. It might be still considered part 1 when they're still before they get to Shinganshina. But the night of the battle
To retake the wall, yeah.
So they have that big party. They got the meat. Love that scene. We'll pull that up in a minute. But before we get there,
Yeah, we're about to go on a huge mission. Like, we got to get our troops ready to go,
Yep.
physically and emotionally, give them a big dinner, makes them happy.
Yep. Get the morale up.
Yep.
But I do love that scene where Levi approaches Irwin and he's kind of like, "Hey, you shouldn't go to battle. You're useless out there
Yeah, you
in
got
the field.
one arm now.
Got one arm. Stay back. We need your brain." And Irwin, up until this point, we think he's this like stand up, all for humanity guy, and we learn in this moment he's like, no, selfishly, I want to go out there. I don't give a fuck about humanity. I want to learn this for myself. I want to know for
Need to
myself.
find what's in that basement.
Yep. He's like, don't you care about? Nope. I want to do this for me.
And that is cool to see his selfish side. Like, my father was killed
Yep.
asking too many questions,
I love that because again, that's where we see Irwin's character arc is kind of fun because we see him as this like selfless guy, kind of crazy, on edge,
Mm-hmm.
right? As far as he's insane, right? Clinically insane. The things that he decides to do
For the people of, the walls.
Yeah.
But then we also see what he's capable of doing for his personal gain.
Yep.
His own personal goal, which he'll disguise as this is what needs to be done to further humanity. Oh, bruh.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
But then at the end of it, he ends up being the selfless guy that we learn to love.
After how much death? No,
I
I'm
know.
kidding.
No, really though. He could have made that choice a lot sooner. But yeah, so Aaron's training is hardening. They decide we could close the gate. We party up. Show the scene, my favorite scene of the party. Sasha becomes aggressive.
Mm-hmm. So this is when they're...
Go like just a little forward. Yeah, like right after
Yep,
this scene.
tonight's the night we retake. Let's drink some beers.
オールマリア奪還の前祝いだ乾杯
Come
Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the first season, we learned that just food scares, meat in particular. So,
Right there we go.
that is the clip right there.
They
She
make
has
her
the
look-
entire cut of meat.
They make her look like a titan. And then she starts eating Jean.
Oh my gosh, dude. Sasha, Connie, Jean. This is. Oh,
then
look
this
at all
motherfucker.
bowl cut. I mean, so yeah, we start to get some different characters. You know?
She punches
Oh
him.
my gosh! So this is a very good humorous scene. I love this.
Yeah, this is what I like about the show. And
Yeah, getting to the roots of anime humor. You know,
and then,
goofy.
yeah, they killed her.
Look at how they're eating. You know, like we don't eat like that, but this is so cool.
You could cut it.
Oh, I want meat now.
Yeah, I love that. I love that whole thing. It's so funny to me.
Oh man.
Yeah, they have to tie her up.
Oh, just like I don't know why, just like seeing Aaron like care, like not seeing him great white shark eyed, like is just so.
Yeah.
I love it, you know.
Because they still haven't touched yet. They've gone this whole time without touching.
So that's why I think like we're reaching the fire of the fire.
Which makes me curious. Was Rod able to like control what he shared with Aaron to a degree?
I think we learned that, you know, it was only selective people that got this gift, you know, and I just don't think he was fully capable of demonstrating that power like he would be able to a Zeke character, you know.
Yeah. All right. So here we are.
Let's go. Let's get into some meat here, dude.
Here we are.
Literally.
Yeah, no, for real, right? So here we are. We're in Shinganshina.
Mm-hmm.
We get there and it takes 2 seconds. Aaron flies over the wall, goes Titan,
Yep.
hardens up.
Let's secure this wall so we can go and find out what's in the basement. That's
Yep.
our goal. Easy.
But they knew that the enemy was waiting. Reiner, Bertolt, and the Beast Titan were waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it gets crazy because they're anticipating that move the whole time. And that's where I say this is where it becomes a thriller.
Yep.
Because that's creepy.
Yeah, everything should be good, and you just see like the most serious look on Erwin's face. He's like, "This ain't even act
Yep.
1 yet." So,
What makes you think Armin got to the hunch that, hey, they're hiding in the wall?
I mean, obviously, you're gonna look for enemy the most. I hate this, but I think of the movie Inglourious Bastards, you know, and you have to think like a German, or you have to think like this, you know. He really is putting himself in the mind of, if I'm going to be attacking us, where would I be? Obviously, all the places that I would hide, we've checked. There's only a couple options left. One has to be the one object that's near us, the wall. We've seen that it's hollow, or, you know, there's cavities that
Points,
can be.
yeah.
So,
Woo-hoo.
and then
I
this
guess
is where we see him
that's
being a
it.
leader. You know, Erwin gives him the responsibility of, you know, use your brain.
Yeah.
You are part of the team now. We are all getting into mid-build as far as characters, you know.
We start seeing him become a strategist, develop a little bit of that skill.
Yep.
We see him kind of become an equal to Erwin in this
Yes.
episode.
Tactician.
Yes. Equally as crazy.
And it is crazy to see all the scouts tapping on the wall, and then
That's where it's creepy.
I think I found something. You see, bitch ass.
Wait, that's actually a great scene too.
Raina.
Dude, but okay, because that's this show's so good. The show's so good. Connor, look it up on YouTube real quick. Just look up Reiner comes out of wall attack on Titan. That's got to be it. See?
Which anime character are you?
Not
That one
really.
right there. That one.
Not the which anime character are you?
You'll probably have to go.
This
maybe
scene is so creepy.
quarter
Like,
in there.
状況が見渡せる位置
Just a little bit prior, maybe.
a little bit before.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So he was
'Cause-
just found out. Hey, there's someone hiding here.
It makes you think he's gonna kill Armin right here. He looks at Armin.
It doesn't even get a chance before our boy Captain Levi comes down with a blade in the throat, pushing him down the wall.
Yep.
So he's not only stabbing him, but he's increasing that velocity. But obviously, you know, he has those consciousness
Levi,
transfer
see, like
tactics.
even now, noticing that Reiner's eyes come back.
Yeah. The last thing you want to do is be caught in that right there, that Titan transformation. So that is
You
a
could cut it.
badass scene for sure. You know,
Love that
we
scene.
found our enemy, and now the battle starts. And I would say this.
It's that song you like.
Yes, that one is beautiful. If you have not seen Attack on Titan, if you need like a benchmark of like, if I get to this and I don't like it, if you get to this part and you're just completely disinterested, don't even finish watching,
It's like
because
55 episodes, bro.
you have people watching thousands of One Piece
there's
and
people
stuff
that
like
say
that.
like
So
One Piece.
just wait till you get to
into, like,
episode 200,
700.
you know, like, so I'm appealing to those people out there if they just for some reason have not gotten this in their, you know,
yeah.
list of
One
things
Piece
to
is
watch.
great, by the way.
I started. You know,
started?
I did
Nice,
start.
nice,
yeah.
nice.
But this is when we start getting fighting.
Go back to the episode list. Thanks.
So,
Hell yeah. Yeah. They don't need to see that.
um,
They're seeing it.
They don't have to.
but yeah, one of the titles there, Thunder Spears, we do get a little piece of upgrade in equipment. That's cool
Oh,
to see.
man.
I love that concept of the Thunder Spear.
Let's touch this base here for a second,
Okay.
though, dude. This is where it's fun. This is where it gets so fun.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god, it's so much fun. Okay, so Reiner turns into fucking Armor Titan. I got so irritated. I transferred my consciousness. I'm like, bro, you didn't tell us that was one of your tricks. You just making this up right now.
Oh, by the way, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, and
Cheap move, but
pulls out a rabbit. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I would have loved.
I'm just glad we got to we got to see a little bit of revenge, at least
Yeah.
right there. Just a little bit, but
Feels good.
Yeah.
Feels
Oh,
good
it
watching
felt
him
good.
get throat stabbed.
Yeah.
That was fucking tight. I
was lit.
love that shit. But it's funny because I hate Reiner at this point.
absolutely.
And I end up loving
Traitor.
him again
Traitor, yeah.
in season 4. You know, it's so great. Such a good show. But he transforms and then we see him, they let him climb all the way up. Tell me why he fucking has hardening now too. He's got armor. His armor isn't just another extension of his armor. They couldn't have made it fucking flesh tone and just grow the way he wants it. They had to crystal bluey it.
And yeah, a little detail right
yeah,
there.
The crystal blue looks tight.
It does, but his whole thing is armor Titan.
Yeah.
Why isn't your whole armor blue then?
I don't know.
Little
I see
gripe.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Little
I get
gripe.
it. I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really me talking about Attack on Titan if I'm not mad about something a little bit? Okay. But so they get him all the way up. Eren transforms.
Uh-huh.
I love that scene where he's at the top of the wall and he looks at Erwin and Erwin's just looking at him back.
It's game
Like,
time.
what's up? What are you gonna do? Mm-hmm. You got an option, bro. Kill my horses or go get your grand prize. And we see Eren fucking crystal knuckles, and he to me he beats Reiner.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know how strong Reiner. Have you ever tried picking anything up that's 100 and can you imagine picking a human
Like
up?
a stone.
Your nephew Jace,
Little
chunkers.
Little
Can you
chunker
imagine
boy.
picking him up by the ankle and just like,
Oh
That's
my
hard.
gosh. Yeah.
How
But I
strong
just
is
remember
the
that
guy?
scene. I just remember that scene. I'm not that I'm oh my gosh.
oh yeah, oh my god, I could totally do that.
I do that all the time.
No, not little chunky boy.
No, but I'm saying like, it's tough to pick up a baby like this.
Yep.
Now imagine he from the ground, he gets him on the ground.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
gets up and just starts flinging him around like a baton. No, that's crazy. He beat him.
Yeah,
he beat
Reiner-
him. He's just dumb. He's got derp strength.
Reiner's a dense boy for sure. Yep.
Yep. That's a boy. He's corn fed.
He's corn fed. Yeah. He's hail bell lifting. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Look at him. Look at him, Blondie.
Look at him exactly.
But that's where when Eren, that's where we get the Thunder Spears because Eren got fucked up. He got fucked up. He got fucked up a couple times in this episode. They threw him around like a bitch in this
Yeah,
episode.
no, he definitely got tossed around.
He got ragdolled.
We set a little bit of an ambush for Reiner, though. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scout Squad, but yeah, there's a big fight happens between Reiner and our guys, and we think it ends.
Yep.
We think it ends, but the ultimate question is,
No.
where is Berthold.
Yeah. And
Where is the nuke?
Yeah. And also that's terrifying because they get him down, and they thunder spear him and he's all like,
isn't it like half his head is missing or something like that? Yeah.
He's completely incapacitated. They got him. But that's where it's like he lets out the scream.
Yeah.
And like Armin's the one who's like, fuck, what's that mean? Because he's kind of the one. Deductive reasoning. It's like, every time these guys
That's
have
always
screamed
had a
before.
reaction before.
Yep.
And we see what the reaction is this time.
And let me say, that's the worst roller coaster on earth. I would never go on a ride that was like, yo, this is simulating Bertold's ride in the barrel. Bertold in the barrel.
I think it's Erwin up on the wall. He's giving out commands and do. We see 20 lights off in the distance spark up.
Oh, yeah.
We see a wall of, Titans, and then
when they start throwing,
we see Zeke throw Bertold in some like barrel.
Yep, Bertold in the
Everyone
barrel.
sees it coming in. We think it's going to explode. He obviously sees Reiner, goes down, checks on him.
And that's where I'm mad for the second time.
Why?
He had to transfer his consciousness throughout his whole nervous system.
Oh, his whole nervous system, bro. Come on now. See, that's why I'm not griping too much, because like it's not just like a one shoot.
Oh, they did it 5 minutes
twice.
apart.
All right, twice, and it matters. It's
They don't do it. They don't do it ever before.
Or after, for the most. Oh, maybe once after, but yeah.
That shit's so funny to me. I'm like, what the
so
fuck?
he checks up on his boy. He says, "Yo, if you hear me, go ahead and lay on your back. I'm gonna try to make some stuff happen." He goes ODMing around. Armin catches up to him, tries to goad him into, talking for a little bit. And
Yeah.
he's just like, "Hey, I'm on a mission this time. It ain't gonna happen."
All I want is Eren and for all of you guys to die. Mm-hmm. Only two things.
And then while they're
problem.
talking, Mikasa does yell, "What's up?" She trumps his ear off.
Oh, yeah. She Donald
Is that
Trumps
too
him?
early?
No.
Is that too early?
No,
Yeah.
she Donald Trumps him.
I just rewatched that, so she like slices his ear off, dude. I was like, damn, she got close.
Yeah.
He zips on out of there, and as they're chasing him down, he has this whole monologue in his head of like, "I'm not sweet Bertold anymore. I'm continuing my mission." Nothing.
You thought just because you brought up Annie, I was going to break my
I'm
thing?
angry now. I'm gonna do what I was.
I'm
here
a
to
man now.
And so you see him do one last odium burst in the air, and he's gonna do it. We see Moblet and Hanji, and our boy Moblet has always been there, carrying her papers, being her side guy. And you see ignition. You see, once again, it's crazy, the power of
The colossal
Titan.
It is. He's a nuke.
When it shows him explode, you could see like the atmosphere condense on top of the explosion, like a real explosion, and you just see Moblet push her down into the well at the last second. Her glasses crack, and you just see our boy just lost to the forces of this explosion. So, rip, another character.
A good one, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
So, yeah, that explosion takes a lot of people out for sure.
And we get to what I'd say are my favorite 3 episodes. I guess my favorite ending of this series, right? Because this is where it gets crazy. Perfect game. Give it to us, Mason. You gave us his warm-up pitch.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, he came out with a warm-up pitch, and then, so we cut back to the Beast Titan. He's doing something again. He grabs this massive boulder, and I love instead of throwing it, we get this, like, shot put style.
Yeah.
It's like, why do that? Like,
that's what I'm saying. The little details that he puts in
it would
are
make
crazy.
sense that an object that
he
heavy.
He even throws it like a baseball a couple times as well. He like winds up and pitches.
When he crushes it,
So,
it's he references martial arts, shot put,
So these things that we haven't seen in our world as of yet, that makes sense to us. So, wait, that's vaguely familiar with baseball and other types of games, American type culture we might be, familiar with, but we think he misses the scouts, only to find out that he did hit his target of the wall leading back in to their exit. So they are effectively cut off.
They're stuck.
They are stuck in between the walls and this army of Beast Titans that he spawned. or I'm sorry, just, abnormals that he spawned out of nowhere, which people think in, threads and stuff like that these Titans were slightly buried, because you know how he can control.
Oh, yeah.
So to prevent them from being in view, he just like barely had them, cover themselves in earth.
Well, I think he got them to spawn. Like he was somehow
uses the
able
voice,
to,
and then they do transform into the larger, which we see in season 4 as well. But this is when the perfect game starts. We see him get another massive rock, crushes it up, and this is when he starts his assault.
Let's call it what it really is. This is where we start to fucking hate the Beast Titan.
Yes.
Before he was an enemy, we're like, who is this monkey? We don't know him. But now we fucking hate him.
And with that first throw, you see all of the initial scouts in this area who were, taking up patrol or perimeters. You see a red mist.
Yeah.
A red mist as, this buckshot of stone hits buildings and people and earth, and it's devastating.
It is. They make it so bloody too, because like you say, the mist, they have it literally, it's like every single time he throws it, it's just like bloody smoke.
You know me, I'm a history buff. There are maps of the Battle of the Somme, World War One, and they're trying to estimate casualty figures. So they have the battle gridded up into squares, and you can see numbers written 25, 45, 62. And they have to just guesstimate how many people were lost to one artillery shell. And they describe it as your buddies just weren't there anymore. It was a mist. So there's nothing to put in a body bag. There's nothing to bring back home. Like, they're just gone. So when I saw that, I'm just like, damn, that's a little too accurate to our history itself,
Yeah.
Like modern warfare. And it's brutal. We're seeing it right now. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, again, like a lot of the stuff that that's referenced in Attack on Titan can be parallel to our society a while ago, or our society now. Between 1940 and 19.
We'll see in the future.
Yeah, inshallah. I hope not. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. But we start to hate Zeke, and at the same time, we start to get to know this motherfucker, Zeke, Beast Titan, whatever.
Yep.
But we start to get to know him. Like before we even know his name all the way. Do we know his name yet?
Nope, just the Beast Titan.
Yeah. So before we even know his name, we know this fucker likes baseball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, he's
able
that
to talk?
pitch was off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could talk. We see the Cart Titan for the first time.
Yep, the supporting.
When he spawns them all up, we see that little guy.
Yep, the supporting Titan to the Beast Titan there. It always seems to be around or near him. So we see Erwin on top of the wall looking at this red-eyed Beast Titan saying, hey, we both have the same goal right now. We're both trying to kill each other totally. Let's get it going. What are we going to do?
Right now.
And we can, more fighting happens. We see the Colossal Titan spreading fire. Yep. So all these things are happening simultaneously.
He kicks Eren.
Yeah. Oh.
When Eren tries to go for his ankle, he just fucking flings him.
Yep. So he tries to do this. He gets ragdolled. They're like, wait, is that Eren?
Yep.
Meanwhile, more buckshots coming in, tearing up the cavalry unit. We get to see one of our characters for the first time, Flock. This is when we met him
at we met him at the dinner. I hate him.
This is when we really started to get some dialogue from him and get to see who he is.
We graduated at the same time. Oh wait, you guys actually look different.
So Eren's out of action.
Fucking bitch.
Reiner's starting to recuperate.
Yeah.
Beast Titan is pressing his attack. Things aren't looking good at all.
And let's go to, perfect game keeps going. Yeah, that's basically how it ends. We see Reiner's up. Mm-hmm. He's walking. Bertolt's flinging.
Yep.
Armin's thinking. Mikasa, Jean, all of them are defeated. She's just like given up. Like, tell us what to do. Everybody's looking to Armin for direction.
This is where it's like super important. Someone
right. And then we also at the same time have Erwin letting Levi know
the reality of the situation.
And we're gonna do a death charge.
Yep. So on one side of the wall, you have Erwin saying, "Hey, we can't get back. We can't retreat. We are gonna the only thing we can do is do a direct attack in the hope that one move gets us or gets someone out of here
Yep.
to continue the mission.
And
Meanwhile,
that's how
on
it
the
keeps
other
going.
side of the wall, you have Jean and that squad breaking up to, you know, team Colossal, team Reiner. Hopefully they can prevent them from doing any more
Yeah.
damage. So yeah, shit's getting crazy.
And that's when we get to episode 17, which is again my favorite episode of any TV show.
Well, what about
to
the
ever
end
exist.
of Perfect Game, dude?
Also, I want to touch
Can-
on another thing for Perfect Game as well. Perfect Game is actually another baseball reference.
Yeah.
So pitching a perfect game means you
All
pitch a
strikes.
no-hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So exactly. So we see Zeke, or I'm sorry, the Beast Titan throw rock after rock. Meanwhile, we get Erwin saying he gives his speech.
My soldiers-
I think the
is
Erwin
that the
speech.
end?
I think we need to look up the Erwin speech.
No,
really
it makes
quick.
me cry.
Can we
Don't
please?
do it. Yeah.
So you have the realization that
that's at the end of 16,
I am
not the
going to send these people to their deaths. This is a part of the
Yeah.
plan. I'm going to be a part of that unit.
Erwin.
Just Erwin's speech.
Yep. Do dub.
The dub is so good. And so, yeah, he's trying to
This one?
convince. Yeah, try to maybe go like 30 seconds in there. Go a little bit farther. He's going to be, go a little bit more right there. So unmute.
Unlock the mute.
Ideal targets for him.
So he's
So we'll
describing
wait
the
until
plan.
the moment he's ready to throw, and then we'll fire
Go
our smoke
maybe
signals together. And should someone
Another 10
reduce his
seconds. We're trying to get
accuracy?
to his inspirational part here.
Does anyone have questions?
Okay, maybe
What?
a minute.
You want me to go after him with just ODM gear?
Use his thralls to advance us.
Right about
We'll only
there.
be showered by more boulders.
So this is where it
Ready
gets
your horses
depressing.
on the
Like,
double.
I mean, this happened in World War One, dude. We're gonna go over the top.
Riding towards
Fucking hate Flock, stupid bitch.
So even if I leave
Stupid
right
fucking
now,
hair.
yeah. So we're introduced to him as a coward. He's like, I want to leave. And he's like, you could do that. Like, it doesn't make a difference. Like, this is it. This is the last shot.
Fast forward a little
Die
more.
anyway.
Let me not hear this little fast.
Yeah.
what we do.
We're trying to get amped up and inspired
Everything
here.
that you thought had meaning.
Right here.
Every hope, dream, or moment of happiness. None of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield.
Oh
None of it
man.
changes what a speeding rock does to
It's a wicked
body.
pitch.
We all
And
die.
it's, look how long that arm is, bro.
But does that mean our lives are meaningless? Does that mean that there was no point in our being born?
Oh, Marlo looks
Would
so
you say that of our
scared,
slain
bro.
comrades?
Poor
I know, why didn't
dude.
he survive?
And it sucks because, like, you know you're gonna die. Like, that's gotta be so crazy.
They
Like, I
are
see the
not.
rock coming.
Right here.
Their memory serves as an example to us all. The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen. Their lives have meaning because we, the living,
I don't give a shit, bro. This amps me up. This amps me the hell up,
trust
bro.
our successors to do the same for us.
How can you not?
Because my soldiers do not buckle or
You can
yield
play.
when faced
You give me to
with
paint a
true
wall after playing this, bro. I'll be like, hell yeah, let's go paint that wall.
Push forward. My soldiers scream.
We
out.
scream!
My soldiers.
We rage it. We get fucking annihilated immediately. And that's how the episode ends. Seeing the commander go down.
My journey with my teeth.
Bro, how does that not get you? How does that not get
I
you
had already spent
amped up?
a lot of money to try to
That
get
should be on
things
everyone's
fixed.
gym
Oh my
playlist
god,
right
go
there.
away, ad. It wouldn't go away.
For
But-
some reason, why do I mix that up in the beginning of? Because we continue.
Yeah.
In episode 17, which is titled Hero.
I think Hero is the ultimate of season 3.
It's the perfect episode. Okay, let me say it one
Let's
more
just
time.
get in it, yeah.
It's my favorite episode of any TV show to ever exist, ever, besides the Dexter's Laboratory light bulb episode.
Okay. I'm going to have to watch that. That sounds like a deep cut.
I love Dexter's Lab, so I'm in.
Do you remember that episode where
I'm
he's
not
just
sure.
in the aisle of light bulbs, just staring at them, freaking out?
Is it like a trip episode or
So
is it like
stupid.
okay.
I'm joking. I'm completely
Okay.
joking. This is my favorite episode ever for anything. You go first, because I'm gonna get really corny about it.
Well, I mean, we obviously break to Armin. He's like, hey, I'm going to go try and get Aaron back in the fight here. John, just please deal with Reiner. I can't spend the mental capacity to deal with it. You're a great soldier. You're a great captain. Can you please just go deal with that?
Believe in yourself the way I believe in you.
So they go do that. You know, they deal with Reiner. Eventually, they kind of incapacitate him again. But we go to Armin, who gets on top of an incapacitated Eren, stabs him with the sword to try and speak to him as he did in prior seasons. We do a little bit of a, time mess with as far as, those two talking and setting up what's going to happen next as far as their immediate plans go. But we see, those two get back in the fight, and that Armin, he creates a plan. And I bought this wholesale. When I first watched it. He's like, hey, Eren, this fight is on you, bro. Like, when I tap out, I'm gonna have to tap out. Like, I can't die in this.
I'm not brave like you.
Like, I'm not brave. And for me, I was like, yeah, dude, like, that seems to make sense. Like, you need Armin, not knowing that from a storytelling standpoint, that's a dead giveaway for, I'm probably gonna do the exact opposite. And watching back, I can't believe I, fell for it. But I was like, oh, yeah, no, dude, Armin's fine. Let's get this plan going. And Eren attack. Immediately slips off the wall, falls all the way down, knocks himself out again.
Yeah.
What is we doing? Eren, you're never following through, bro. So that's how that begins. Bertold sees that as his chance to, progress the attack. Armin is like, all right, I got to do my duties. Launches an ODM spike up into a stable part of Bertold, tries to attack him, and Bertold's like, all right, here we go. Steam. Boom. Done this before. This is my main defense for ODM gear. You guys can't get near me. But Armin, using his deductive reasoning, knows that if you shoot it into a skeletal part of the Titan as opposed to a muscle part, the anchor will stick.
Yeah.
As opposed to the muscle evaporating away in steam, to which the anchor will come loose. Unfortunately, that's putting him in the boundaries
sticks
of...
in his teeth, doesn't he?
Yes, he's in this area of danger as far as this steam. So he's getting roughed up, and Bertold realizes that this is their attack. This is their plan. Good try, guys, but you're done. And activates, level 8 of this furnace. And you can immediately see it, throws Armin back. So you can see that it's like super powerful. I think people really underestimate wind, steam, and when it comes to like media. Like,
no one's ever reached over to a rice cooker the wrong way. Like,
bro, come on. So
hurts.
We see, him essentially being burned up.
Yeah. And
this inner dialogue of just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. We do a little bit of shifting around with, fighting Reiner, seeing that side. Hanji and those guys do a crazy Thunder Spear attack, incapacitate him.
No, say it the right way.
What?
They're attacking him, and we still don't know what's up with Hanji. And then Hanji comes through, and we're like, yeah, Hanji's back.
Hanji.
That's how it goes.
Yes.
You fucking asshole.
We forget that we were left in limbo. We didn't know the status of Hanji.
But she's the one who came through with that other Thunder Spear.
And to see her come in and save Jean Squad right there is fantastic. So
love Zoe Hanji.
Yep, we see her put that threat to bed so we can focus back on Armin and Bertold. And I want to stress the music choice for this scene. It's sad. It's like melancholic, and it's like Bertold being pretty stoic in killing his friend, and you just see Armin turn from this beautiful blonde-haired person to like this char, and you can see him holding on, and it gets to a point where he just ignites. And this like big crescendo of music comes on. You can see the metal melting, and all of his cape burning up. And at that point, I realized, I was like, oh shit, he was lying.
Yeah.
Armin was lying. He's sacrificing himself to buy time for us. And it's sad because that's our boy. That's someone we wouldn't recognize as being a hero, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why the title of this episode is particularly, poignant. So to see him finally come loose, and it's like, all right, Armin's dead. And it is super sad. Anyone
sad.
who watches this, you got at least, someone's cutting onions for sure. And I suppose we do a little bit of flopping to see the rest of what happens with our perfect game. We see, Flock in the middle of a field. He's still alive from that death charge.
Yeah.
Which we see Levi in the distance, heading towards Zeke and stuff like that. What did you think of that scene, and anything else you want to add?
No, you're doing a great job up
Just
until
with
now.
How did you feel when you saw Armin go down?
I was so sad.
Yeah.
But I knew he was lying.
I didn't, dude.
I knew it, especially because
yeah, you're good at
right
guessing
before
that.
they're talking about bravery, and Armin was telling him, like, you jumped into the mouth of a Titan to save me. You know what I mean? Like, where did you find your bravery? It's when a character asks another character something like that, oftentimes they're asking themselves, like, where can I find it for myself? And oh my God. And that's where I'll get really corny about it, is like the title of the episode, Hero. Everybody is a hero.
Yep.
In their own way, shape, and form. We can even look at our enemies and they're heroes in their own way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We have Armin is being a hero. He's sacrificing himself in order to give Eren an opening to come in and cut Bertold out. Eren's a hero for making that he had to make a decision to let his friend go, because at one point Eren knew what was going on. You know what I mean? Erwin is a hero. Every single scout racing towards the Beast Titan is a hero, giving Levi an opening. Our people are on every single layer.
Yeah,
every single one of our characters on every single level is a hero.
We still have like too much to cover, but I'll try to just get through as quickly as possible. But like the attack of Levi on the Beast Titan, popping through the green smoke and just absolutely annihilating him. Anyone who wants a cool action scene, that's great. Like
that's
a revenge of fuck him up.
Yep.
And just all these crazy hits. And so, he gets, the Beast Titan only to eventually subsequently lose it to the Cart Titan.
Yeah.
But he definitely is in hot pursuit. He, made that promise to Erwin. He's like, I'm going to get you. But we cut back to Bertold saying, all right, let's just finish this, stupid ass Eren. Wait. Eren is a completely hardened, crystallized figure blocking the hole. Where did he... And it goes quiet. They cut the sound. They don't do any effects. They do like the smallest effect, but they have Eren pop up like, gotcha! And it's like, it's so good how they left it just simple for us
on its own merit.
Yes, you're seeing Eren take out the colossal Titan.
In human
like this is the thing
form.
On cover 1. Like this was the baddie, you know? So rips him out,
Teeth.
Yeah. Eventually towards the end of the scene, we see him just dragging Bertold. Kind of 1,000-yard stare, but that's because he's looking at Armin, who is now this charred corpse on top of the roof, and it ends there. Like that's how Hero ends. Yep. It's so sad.
And that's episode 17.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking so good. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
But the rest of the arc, like.
Peak saves Reiner too, right?
Peak grabs Reiner, yes.
Yeah, she saves Reiner.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how ignorance truly can be bliss, right? Because imagine they didn't have that little bit of knowledge, or let's say they didn't have that injection to be able to potentially harness a power for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Or funny also greed, how greed makes people behave. Because it's like, oh, I have this opportunity to take a power. I don't know the ramifications or repercussions of it, which we learn later on. It limits people's lifespans and stuff like that. But it's that greed. They're like...
Power at a great cost.
But isn't it crazy? It's like if we didn't know that, Zeke would have been dead. Bertolt dead. fucking Reiner dead, because no one would have hesitated. They're like, we got him, kill him. But now that they have that little inkling of maybe we could take their power, everything changes.
Everything changes.
Not for the better.
No.
Because that's where we get that fight scene.
Yep.
It's also greed. It's greed begets greed, right? It's my choice is more important than yours, right?
So the whole next scene, Levi deciding whether to use the serum on Levi.
Levi finds
Levi
Erwin.
using it on, Flock brings Erwin.
Which let me hear what you think really quick. How do you think he got back? He just walked?
Bro.
Through all the death and destruction,
he said he was the only one living. I would imagine he was just like, I'm gonna.
No, Levi too. Like, Levi was all the way out in the field.
How the hell did he find him? Yeah. It's crazy because right as he's about to give it,
around the dead people.
Yeah, no, he was like, I was waiting for Erwin. That, like, I didn't tell you, but I would like. That's why we get that, foreshadow that finally comes into play. Like, that's where that fight was happening. We're trying to decide who gets the power of the Colossal Titan and to survive. Is it Erwin or Armin on the verge of death? And it's a whole episode of, why Armin, or, Eren explaining why Armin has deserved, to be here. Erwin's background on his father and his mission.
Yeah.
It eventually ends with, Levi choosing Erwin. They get out of there. He goes to give it to him, and he slaps it away as if he was raising his hand in class to ask him, the ultimate question that led to this whole drive of his, the basement. What is out there? Why did my dad die? Who are these actors? And he eventually just kind of says, like, I'm done. Like, and then we see a shot of Armin or Eren and Mikasa looking at an Titan Armin crawling on top of this, roof to a now awakening Bertold. And you would think, like, fucking get the guy that kicked the wall down. Here we go. For my daddy, for my mama. And it's like, man. You see him get picked up, and it's like, all right, he's about to get eaten. He's screaming for his friends.
Yeah.
But it's like the shot of seeing, like, the teeth, like, squeeze his head. It's just like, God, man, this isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. This is not right. Like,
this show isn't for fun.
Are we the bad guys? Like, yeah. So I thought this was going to be a lot more rewarding when I first watched it, and I was just like, damn, that's Bertold,
Yeah.
But it ends with Armin coming out of this Titan with a fucking 6-pack, dude. He's ripped. Did you notice that?
Did he not? Was he not ripped before? I just don't think we saw him shirtless before.
Or that, but yeah, like, he comes out. It's like this
drawn,
it's like this
shirtless
epic music, like, oh, and it's like just him. He's just like yoked, just laying there. It's like, damn, what happened?
Yeah, I think his.
But
clothes,
it's cool. It's like, damn, we got the Colossal Titan. We got him.
Yep, we got him. And we get to the basement.
And we do get to the basement, which that is one of my favorite episodes of them. It's just like a very quiet walk down memory lane.
Yep.
And they eventually, damn.
The basement.
Mm-hmm.
The basement. And that's when we learn about Grisha, his life.
We find the journal with a photo, which no one's ever seen a photo before. They don't even have the concept. It's an imaging using light and chemicals to
They've only ever
use
drawn.
a composite photo. It's like, well, having to explain a photo to someone is like, I would have, it takes, it's like, oh wow, technology that is elsewhere that we haven't seen yet. And that essentially opens the story to season 4, but we still have to end season 3, which is essentially them shoring up the, safety of the walls.
They safe up the walls, and they go to
they create a machine over the winter to take out all of the Titans on the outside. They kill all the Titans so they can now
venture outside the wall
and explore in safety. And they reach the, fields of sand, and they eventually...
When does Eren kiss her hand? That's at the end,
That's
too,
at the
right?
very, very end,
It's
yeah.
the very end. That's before or after he looks at the ocean all
Okay, so
dumb-dumb?
I guess it's right before they venture out.
dumb-dumb.
They finish the missions. They get back. They are awarded,
That's
the
it.
bow ties.
Yes.
Historia bestows Eren the bow tie, scout gem thing, which is pretty cool. It's like green and jade, and he touches her hand, kisses it, and gets all kinds of memories.
I love boa ties. I love that cowboy style.
Yep. And the face that Eren is left with, I think we completely underestimate.
Yeah. He's kind of just completely blank, shocked.
Completely got season 4 right there.
He completely got
No,
season.
he did.
He got the leak.
He got everything. He probably saw how he died right there.
And that's where I ask, was Rod able to control what he gave him?
So I think you have to have that founding titan. You have to have the royal blood contact. I don't know. I think
Because Eren had the founding titan and Rod Rice had the royal blood, and they shared only.
I think they
such
only
a-
had 2 out of the 3. I think you need the full Zeke 3 out of 3 to be able to control with conviction and purpose of what the Titan powers do there. But it's so sad to see his face, and then they venture outside, and he gets to the ocean, and we see a different Eren.
It's officially we never see the same Eren
we
again.
got there. We did the thing, Armin. We got to the ocean. And his only response is, do you think if we kill our enemies over there, we'll be free, finally? What? Eren, what?
Yeah, Armin doesn't even know what he means about really the
If we kill
enemies.
all our enemies over there, will we finally be free? It's just like...
He knows about Marley, but it's like, I feel like Eren knows everyone else they're talking about.
It's so profound. I still don't even know how to, take it. It's...
My favorite thing is, I think it's season 2 or it's the intro. Like a fallen angel. That one.
Yep,
It's
Red
so
Swan.
bad,
Red Swan.
my voice. But they have that version of Eren almost.
His little kitty
And
version
yeah.
dancing around. I'm like, hey, come on. And it's like you have
Yeah.
this battle-hardened Eren just kind of 1,000-yard staring. And it's like,
Yep.
I think that's when, we have started to lose Eren as we know him.
And we wrap up season 3. Dude, such a good season.
Season 3 is fantastic.
And then we get to the shit show of season 4 next.
I can't wait.
Yeah? We're going to do that one. I think we should do that one in 2 parts.
I'm down.
Because I feel like we should have done this one in 2 parts.
Yeah, this
little piece of
was
me.
a lot, but, hey,
It was fun.
we learned how.
Hell yeah, dude. Every guys, thanks. Boom. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. And
See you in the next one.
yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.